You are now listening to Tuff Tiger Talk Flash Report.
What's up, Tuff Tiger Nation? You're now rocking with Tuff Tiger Talk on the PRO Media Network. Big ups to the rest of the Tuff Tiger Nation going on. And I just want to chime in with a TTT Flash Report coming at you, dealing with the LSU Fighting Tigers. Now, of course, we have a lot of different news to come at you, but we'll have a show coming up on Saturday to break down the rest of the news going on after LSU gets a win against Arkansas. But a lot's going on in this version of Tuff Tiger Talk. I'm going to cover some of the latest news. LSU's Arkansas still on after coronavirus case put game in jeopardy. That's according to a source from The Advocate. That's just basically breaking that down. We'll cover a little of that today on Tuff Tiger Talk, as well as LSU ignored sexual assault complaints. That's still cooking in the pipe as well. And we'll also get into hearing from Coach O and his thought process on what it looks like going against Arkansas. We'll have a mini breakdown on the Arkansas game. And then, of course, toward the back end, we'll have news on LSU offensive tackle Dare Rosenthal being reinstated. Coach O holding out hope that Miles Brennan can also return. So we'll get into this version of Tuff Tiger Talk, and we'll break it off starting with the latest updates. Coronavirus within Arkansas football program made the game uncertain late this week, but the game will still take place, according to The Advocate, and as first reported by SI, Sports Illustrated. Arkansas coach Sam Pittman said Thursday his team needed the results of the latest coronavirus test to ensure the Razorbacks could host LSU at 11 a.m. Saturday. Pittman also said Thursday afternoon Arkansas had enough available players to meet the Southeastern Conference requirements, but the test Arkansas took Thursday would determine whether the Razorbacks stayed above the threshold. Results were expected today. The SEC mandates teams have a minimum of 53 available scholarship players, including at least one quarterback, 4 defensive linemen, 7 offensive linemen. Pittman didn't specify how many Arkansas players are out. He just says, I'm going to just tell the truth. Pittman said Thursday, we're running thin. So it's expected as Arkansas and LSU's to tip off 11 p.m. This upcoming Saturday. And boy, what a turbulent season that we've been going on here, man. What a season. I think a lot of the Tuff Tiger Nation would agree with me that, man, this season is just wow. Okay, and move on to our next report. LSU ignored sexual complaints against football players. This is according to a USA Today report that broke early in this week that alleges that several LSU officials had knowledge of sexual assault allegations made against former running back Darius Geis and other former football players and ignored those complaints or straight up denied the victim's request for protection. The report also cites that 3 cases in which football players were found responsible for sexual assault and were allowed to stay on campus receiving deferred suspensions, which amounts to just probation. Now, the report details assault allegations made against former wide receiver Drake Davis by an LSU tennis player who, including the allegation that the victim's tennis coach, Mike Sale, was informed that Davis had punched a woman in the stomach, but did not report the assault to the school or to the title coordinator. The report states that LSU sat on the information for months while Davis continued to assault and strangle her. In 2018, Davis was arrested on second-degree battery charges and was indefinitely suspended by the team. The arrest warrant said that Davis, who enrolled at Southern in October of 2019, was alleged to have committed battery on a woman, and he was dating on 4 occasions over a period of roughly 13 months. Really amazing. USA Today also reports that at least 9 football players, including Geis and Davis, have been reported to police for sexual misconduct and dating violations since Ed Orgeron was promoted to interim head coach in 2016. Now, Orgeron was later promoted to full-time head coach, and he led the team to a national championship last season, as we know. Now, reading from the prepared statement at the beginning of the weekly news conference on Monday, Coach O said that he wanted to address the USA Today article, and he said it like this. First, I want to say that we need to support and protect victims of violence, sexual abuse of any kind. There is no place in our society, nor this campus or our football program, for any behavior of this type. When accusations are made, we have a legal and moral obligation to report every allegation to the university. And then, of course, he says that I have in the past and will continue to take appropriate action and comply with reporting protocols. I have confidence today that the university is working to address our policies, processes when allegations arise. He also said other stuff as well. And this is more of the same, man. And these allegations arrive to give the organization a black eye, how they handle things. So this is terrible, man. And this is ongoing. All right, let's move into Other news, LSU's offensive tackle, Dare Rosenthal, is reinstated. Now, Orgeron's holding out hope that Miles Brennan could return too. They said Brennan made slight progress this week, but still hasn't practiced. Defensive tackle Dare Rosenthal has been reinstated. Coach O confirmed Wednesday Rosenthal has appeared in 2 games for the Tigers this season, but has not played since the Missouri back on October 10th. We had played against them. It was first revealed by Orgeron earlier this week that there was a possibility that Rosenthal would be reinstated, but nothing has been concretely decided yet. With Rosenthal back in the fold, the Tigers have an added layer of depth behind Cam Wire. Orgeron said that Rosenthal returned to practice on Tuesday and appeared to be in pretty good shape, but that the team would wait and see until the end of the week to update his playing status for Saturday. So that's a bit of a help for the LSU defensive line as well moving forward, man. Very interesting indeed. All right, now to move into the Coach O side of things. We're going to hear from Coach O. He chimed in via virtual press conference about what he thinks happens in the LSU matchup against the Arkansas Razorbacks. Here we go.
All right. I feel like we've had our best week of practice so far this season. Started Monday morning in the weight room. Tommy Moffitt called me. The guys were rested, fired up, ready to go. We had a players-only meeting with Terrence Marshall on Monday. Tuesday was a physical practice. We actually to be physical. It was very physical. Wednesday was third down day. They came out with a lot of energy. There was a lot of energy out there today on Thursday. By far our best week of practice. And we're looking forward to getting on the plane. It's going to be a business trip. We know this is going to be a tough battle. It's a well-coached team at Arkansas. But we're looking forward to playing. Any questions?
How do you approach this? I mean, hearing what Sam said today and knowing that you're hanging on, how their tests come back tomorrow, I know you just got to go like you're going to play regardless, right?
Yeah, don't blink. Keep going. Oh, I didn't even know that. Whatever you told me, whatever statement you made was never told to me. As far as I know, we're going to play. We're getting on that plane and we're going. That's all I know. That information you gave me, I didn't even know.
So Sam met with reporters today. He said they're real thin. They got tests out tonight. They got to get the results back tomorrow.
Yeah.
And that'll dictate whether they play or not. I mean, kind of been in that situation, I know. So.
Yeah. It's a fluid situation. We got to deal with it. Look, I've been in that situation 2 weeks ago. We wanted to play Alabama. We were way under the mark. It had been dangerous for our team to play, and according to the rules, we couldn't play. So if they can't play and it's under the mark, I understand it's a fluid situation, but we want to play and we're ready to go.
Yeah, kind of following up on that, I guess that kind of speaks to all of this season so far. What do you do? If you get there, is there even room at this time to consider Arkansas again later on the road, or how would you adjust it if tomorrow they just can't play?
That's out of my control. The league handles that. They make those decisions. My job is to get this team ready to play. I feel like we've had a great week of practice. We're ready to go, and we'll just see. We'll go as planned tomorrow. We got a 10 o'clock meeting in the morning with the players. We plan on getting in Fayetteville early, about 4:30, 5 o'clock. Put the boys to bed around 9 o'clock. Get up at 7 o'clock in the morning. Get ready to compete.
Hey, Coach, this is Josh Sibley with Louisiana Gridiron Football. I have kind of a two-part question here. How much of an advantage has it been having Dare Rosenthal back at practice to help with the younger guys this week? Also, how much confidence does it give your offensive line knowing that they can get another veteran back this week?
Yeah, it's been phenomenal, really. We needed it, and Cam Wire's done a good job, but Derek came back in good shape. He's had a good week of practice. He's still on the second team, but he is going to play. We're going to put him in there. Derek's kind of a team leader. Everybody loves him. He's got some spirit about him. He brought some spirit at practice, so it gave a lot of confidence to the offensive line, gave confidence to the quarterback, gave confidence to the head coach.
Hey, Coach, in all your years of coaching, could you think of a scenario where the Friday before a game, they're going to decide if you're going to play or not, that last minute?
No. But you know what? Hey, 2020, man, you got to deal with it. And so we've been in that position on the other side. I understand. Hopefully we get to play. We're going to wake up tomorrow morning knowing that we're going to play, and that's going to be our mindset. If they tell us we can't play, there's nothing we can do about it.
And that was Coach O's thoughts on the upcoming matchup with the Arkansas Razorbacks. Tigers are 2-3. Arkansas is 3-4. Arkansas is actually better than us this year from a record standpoint, and that's amazing. Coming into the game, points per game, LSU's averaging almost 36 points per contest while giving up almost 34 points per contest. And Arkansas 26 flat, giving up 31.4 total yards. LSU is averaging 458 yards a total offense per game. That's 338.4 through the air. They're rushing at 119.6. Arkansas is 388.3, 240 of it through the air, 148 yards rushing per contest. LSU's defense allowing a gaping amount of yards, 478.6, almost 479 yards per game, 335 of it through the secondary, which is repugnant, even allowing 143.4 on the ground. That's awful. 429 yards a game allowed by Arkansas, 245 through the air, 183 on the ground, which means that you can run on this team. Last couple of contests, Arkansas, she lost a big game to number 6 Florida, 63-35. Last week, and of course, LSU getting destroyed by Auburn, 48-11 in the bounce back game. And might I add, this has been absolutely awful of a season. You know, the coronavirus is one thing, but this team has been a outright shame. This LSU team has been totally awful. The defense is a joke, giving up secondary plays consistently. They're getting burnt. Despite the talent that they have on the defense, it looks awful. The passing attack is in a state of flux. And a lot of people saying, listen, this is not a good year for LSU football with everything that's going on. But we can salvage some of the season, moving ahead, playing smarter ball, man. Cam Cameron and Bo Pelini, get your stuff together. Both of you guys need to get this together. Bo Pelini has been an absolute joke at the defensive coordinator position, an absolute joke, totally awful, not making a proper adjustment. But that's for a longer version of Tuff Tiger Talk in this shorter report. So I like to thank everybody for tuning in for LSU Tuff Tiger Talk Flash Report. Remember, our full show is every Saturday. We'll have a post game after the LSU matchup that's going on at 11 a.m. Central Time in Arkansas. The game is still on according to all the information that we obtained. So we'll look forward for the Tigers getting back to 500 once again and climbing and making this a respectable season, at least making it respectable. So I like to thank all you guys for tuning in to Tuff Tiger Talk. Thank you. Peace. And we out. Go Tigers.
Subscribe to the Tuff Tiger Talk channel and stay up to date for all things LSU football.